What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking in with another TH upload. My name is Travis, and today's video is going to be an interesting one. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I made a very, very bad financial decision. Very bad financial decision. Woo! What have I gotten myself into? I've got this whole thing pulled apart. You step out into the shop. Oh, there's an out drive on my table. Oh, Lord. Going down the rabbit hole. We are going down the rabbit hole, guys. Well, YouTube, this is my new to me, 1983 Formula F20-SC. This unit is a single motor 305 small block Chevy V8 with a Alpha 1 Gen 1 outdrive on it from Merc Cruiser. I am just so excited to have this freaking boat in my possession. I purchased it for $1,000 with a title, with a registration. It's registered till 2024, mid 24, and it actually came on its original trailer that came with the boat back in its day. So we'll step in real quick and show you guys the boat. I've done a ton of work to it here in the past week or so. I let it sit the first couple days that I had it because I had a big mobile job, and now that I've slowed down a little bit and I've had some time, I've just completely dove into the boat because I wanted to basically have the peace of mind, you know, and checking out just how solid the unit is. So the stringers are freaking fantastic. You know what? Let's just climb up in it and check it out real quick. And then I'll put in a couple photos and videos so you guys can see what it looked like when I brought it home, when I was pulling it apart, and then obviously its current status. So let's do that real quick. Alrighty, guys, we are here in the boat now. I want to show you guys, I've got the engine completely stripped down here. I've got the heads at the machine shop. Those guys are getting ran through right now. They're going to get decked, new valve stems. Obviously check them for cracks, make sure everything's all good with them. I've got gaskets on order. I'm gonna try to get this engine reassembled as fast as I possibly can so that way it's not chilling out here in the elements. The transom, or excuse me, not the transom. Well, the transom itself, if you look back here, transom is pretty damn solid. That's just a little bit of fiberglass right there. But transom is solid. It is a solid unit. The biggest reason I wanted a Formula is because how well the holes are made in these boats. Go ahead and pull this up, show you guys here. I pulled out the rest of this fiberglass because there was a little bit of water standing in here. Cleaned out the drain so that way it can drain back to the bilge. Haven't had any problems with that. You can see the little bit of standing water in there right now, just from the little drizzle that we had last night. You can see down in here, but stringers, they are solid. We brought a pick down, a couple picks, stabbing all through them. No soft spots on the stringers. There's a couple small cracks you can see there, and you can see a crack there, but it's nothing that is super structural. There's a small little one right back there you can see. We're going to get those taken care of, but other than that, the entire boat itself is a solid hole. I'll show you guys the cuddy real quick. You step in here. Now, I originally wanted a Formula 242. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting these past couple months about how badly I've wanted a Formula boat, just because of how well they're built, handmade here in America. And these boats are custom order boats, so they don't just mass produce them. Once you order the boat is made and then it's shipped out to you. So back in its day, this was a top of the line boat. So I'll walk you around the boat itself real quick. It's got a nice little swim platform on it. Real excited to bring this guy back to life. It seems pretty solid. Somebody took care of it. I don't know why they put these nails in it here. Somebody was not the brightest. You can see here on my actual gimbal, the gimbal bearing inside there, she's actually pretty solid. There's a little bit of moisture right there. I'm gonna get that stuff backed out, cleaned up, And then you can look at the rest of my bellows here. The bellows, they're nice and soft, no cracks, no tears, no rips. My coolant hose, same thing. It's a little stiff, but it's not too bad. There's definitely worse out there. And you can see my shift cable bellow here, nice and soft. Oh, sorry guys, I don't think you can see anything, but it's right up there. It is right there. Comes up to the shift cable. Again, good condition. We'll step back. This is the only worrisome part right there. Not quite sure if they had some sort of depth finder or something on there, but we got to get those patched up. And I think that's really it. It's got some nice trim tabs on it. It's a nice feature. You walk around the side of the boat here. I definitely think somebody was trying to buff it because they got the sticker there. But aside from the pinstriping, the gel coat's in good condition. The entire boat really is in solid condition. The only fiberglass work that it's really gonna need is right here. And it looks worse than it actually is just because my fiberglass guy actually picked at it with a pick just to ensure there was no moisture or soft spots, but that's really the only damage it has to its fiberglass, and that would be a very, very simple repair. So it's a pretty strong hull. It is pretty solid for what she is. Good old Formula. 1983. And the trailer is very solid. It's got a couple little rust spots you can see. Obviously where it drains out of the boat from the drain plug. Drips right on that trailer, so I'll fix that section there. The two middle stringers are good, and I think just this one up here needs to be replaced. Or at least patched. So I'll knock that out. That'll be fairly simple. Came with a nice little antenna. It's got the actual coax cable off of it. That's all there. It actually had the radio. And that's about it, guys. It is a brutal one there. As you guys can see, I'm already sweating, and I was just out showing you the boat for 10 minutes, not even. I'll go ahead and pop in a video, actually. I had my canopy up, and my little blue fan right here ran out there. That way I could hide from the sun, because whew, it was brutal ripping that thing apart. It's not gonna be fun putting it back together, but it'll be fun once I'm on the water. That's what I tell myself. All right, now that I'm done showing you the boat, we'll go over it more in depth in individual videos. I just wanna show you guys kind of everything all at once. This is my main problem. This is my culprit. This is the reason why we couldn't get the engine to turn over. I guess I'll explain it to you guys really quick. So the gentleman that I bought it from, this is a long story short. The guy that I bought it from had it in the water. So he claims 7 to 8 months ago. That's what he claims. He said that the guy that he bought it from, he was able to hear it run. He was able to sea trial it. And the only reason why the guy that he bought it from was selling it was because unfortunately his wife had gotten sick. They had a house here in Florida and they had a house in Ohio, and I guess the insurance didn't cover you know, the medical bills and stuff in Florida, so they went back to Ohio, and he sold the boat, and the boat stayed here. So the boat was actually titled, or it is titled as an Ohio vessel, and that made me feel much, much better knowing that it came from, you know, a fresh lake, or it is a fresh lake boat most of its life, or all of its life. I don't know. From what the title shows, it wasn't in Florida but 2 years, so I don't know. Anyways, the guy that I bought it from, he had an unfortunate accident where he broke his neck diving into a pool, and he was the one who pulled the seats out and pulled the dog box cover because they were completely rotten. I guess the seats were just shot, the pedestals were shot, and then the engine cover, the dog box, whatever you want to call it, it was completely rotted. It was falling apart, and I'm sure you guys saw like the little wooden boards in the back corners. Those guys are pretty rotten. They need to be replaced, just like the trim pieces here. All the little fabric trim that goes inside of the boat was rotten. So it makes sense. It's wood. Wood and water don't mix, especially if it's sitting out in Florida. It's already hot and humid here, and there's a ton of moisture in the air constantly, so it makes sense. But I'm sorry, I'm rambling my mouth. Let's turn the attention to the outdrive so that way you guys can see my problem here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Actually, I've got a couple more things, and then I'll wrap up the video. I'm sorry. All right, this is where my problem child is. You guys see all that rust in there? Well, I don't really think the ring and pinion itself is what's causing the failure. What I do believe is causing the failure is that the bearings that are inside of here are completely seized up. Whoa, 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 sorry guys, I almost lost her there. But I was just showing you that this should turn freely by hand. I mean, there's gonna be a little resistance, but it should budge a little bit by hand, and it does not. So to make this a long story short, again, I'm so sorry guys, I keep repeating myself, I sound like a broken record, but when I had the boat all together, I was trying to get the engine to turn over more than, I'd say 90 degrees, like it would rock back and forth. And I'll show you guys here, not just one ratchet, but two ratchets I completely broke. Would not budge a single bit with the drive connected. Once the drive was connected, I used my snap-on breaker bar. That unit here, she popped it right over. Spins full 360 without the drive, so I know that my issue was in here somewhere. So now I'm on the fence whether I want to find a new upper and swap the uppers with the same ratio. I have a 1.5 ratio for a V8 boat. If I could get that swapped out, then I will be golden. I think my lower is pretty good. My prop, she spins just fine. You can hear it rotating in there, not a problem. The only thing that scared me is when I went to drain this, it did not have any gear oil in the lower unit. So that was a little concerning, but if I can get this open and find a new upper half, then I may try to salvage it. If that doesn't work for me, it's not really what I want to do, but I was recommended by a couple boat techs. These guys here, SEI, I guess they make pretty good products that are quick replacements, and you can just send your serial number in and they can get that squared away for you. So that's really my biggest issue with the boat. The motor was going to be coming apart either way. Even if it ran, I was still going to sort through the motor because I want that peace of mind, and I'm glad I did because the head gaskets were a little rough. And yeah, this is really my my problem child here. So once I can get that squared away, I'll get her thrown back together and at least get her in the water for another year. And then if I do have to go back and replace a few things, you know, a year, 2 years from now, I'll do so. But I really want to get it in the water, see how she is, and just get a feel for the boat itself, and you know, enjoy it, because that's what I bought it for. And you know, I plan on doing lots of this work myself, so I will save my money there. But that's really it, guys. That's about all that I have for, you know, showing you guys the boat at the current moment. Once the heads are done and the gaskets come in, I'll start filming for the engine reassembly process, and then I'll bring you guys along on what's going on with the drive process. But that's really it. I do appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys are excited for some new content, some boat content. I'm going to be tinkering with the Cummins, and if anybody does have any cheap Cummins out there, by the way, 5-speed trucks, 6-speed trucks, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, shoot me a message. Give me some information. I've been looking for another truck locally here in Jacksonville. I found one that I'm very interested, but the guy did not accept my offer, so I'm just kind of kicking around. Having another second gen would be nice. It would at least take some of the load off my black truck to where I can start working on the black truck a little bit, and then you know, I could use another Dodge for a work truck. But guys, that's really it. I do appreciate you watching. I'm sorry that I've talked so much and I've rambled so much, but unfortunately that's kind of the way it goes in this video, because I'm just showing you guys things, explaining you guys things. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next upload. Later.